Hey everyone, Justin Conroy, Financial Dad here, and today I want to talk about a problem, a really big problem that a lot of folks have. You've got too much money in the bank left over at the end of every month and you just don't know what to do with it. I know, it's rough. But seriously, it's an incredibly fortunate situation to be in, and if you're in this situation, congratulations. You've obviously made some very good choices in your life, and you've also very likely sacrificed a ton of things to get where you are today. But now, you've got extra cash flow every month, and the money just keeps building in your bank account and you just don't know what to do with it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through two things. First, I'll walk you through a way to figure out if you actually have extra money left over, or if you just haven't considered all the things you should. Then, if you still think you have extra money flowing in, we'll talk about a mental framework to get you in the right mindset to make a spending plan. So with that, do me a big favor and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Let's go ahead and get this started. So the first thing I want to talk through is a way to figure out whether or not you actually have extra money. And the reason I want to do this is because the feeling of actually having extra money can oftentimes be a misconception. Especially when you're on your path to growing wealth, when you're new to all this, you don't always think about all the things that you need to. I myself have been in this situation multiple times when I was really young and not really thinking about anything, any kind of investments. I was at a point in my life where we had a little bit of extra money coming in and I thought, man, this is great. Money's building up. What am I going to do with it? Hadn't even really thought about some of the basic stuff. So I want to run through a list of about 7 things which will hopefully open your mind a little bit and answer that question of whether or not you actually have extra money. So let's get to it. Well, the first question on the list is, are you taking full advantage of your company's 401k matching program? This is one of the easiest and most overlooked ways of increasing your net worth. There was a 2015 study that was done that showed that 25% of employees who actually had access to a 401k matching program were not taking advantage of it. And that's just crazy in my mind. You have to be doing this. So if you think you have extra money coming in at the end of every month, go back and make sure that you're putting in at least to the match in your 401k before you do anything else. The second question on the list is, have you paid off all of your consumer debt? Now, I'm not talking about your house, but I am talking about things like your credit cards, your medical bills, your student loans. Maybe you financed a brand new gaming computer or something. You got to get rid of this stuff. Consumer debt has to go away. So if you think you have extra money at the end of every month and you have consumer debt of some kind, get rid of that debt first and then come back. You might have extra money at that point. Question number 3. Do you have a fully funded emergency fund built up? I'm talking about 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up so that you are protected against emergencies that may happen in your life. I'm talking about maybe you lost your job, you had an accident, you have some sort of medical condition that comes up, maybe your car breaks down and you need to fix it so you can go to work and make money. All of these things constitute as emergencies, and we want to make sure that we have enough money saved up so that we can be protected. So if you don't have an emergency fund saved up, you don't have extra money yet. Save up that emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses, and then come back. Question 4. Are you investing enough money into your retirement? Now, most financial experts would say that this is somewhere between 15 and 20% of your income, but this is something that you really need to figure out for yourself. But at some point, you are going to want to retire. You're going to want to be able to exit the workforce gracefully. So if you're not investing enough money into your retirement so that you can do that, you don't have enough extra money at the end of the month. You need to be putting more money into your retirement so that you can do that. It's very, very, very important. Are you still with me? Let's talk about number 5. Are you saving enough money for your next big purchase? I would argue that no matter where you are in life, no matter how old you are, you've got something big coming up that you might not have thought about. Going from young to old, maybe you have a wedding coming up that you need to plan for. Maybe you want to save up for a big down payment for your first house. Maybe you want to save up money for your next car. Maybe your house has got a 10-year-old, 15-year-old roof that's leaking and you need to replace that roof soon. No matter how old you are, you've got something coming up. So the question is, are you saving enough money for your next big purchase? If you're not, you don't have enough extra money at the end of the month. Come back when you do. Almost there. Question number 6. If you have kids, are you putting away enough money for their education? Did you know that in the next 18 years, it's estimated that college will cost over $250,000 for the average education in the United States? And that's the average education. So if your kid wants to go to the Yales or the Harvards of the world, you're going to have a much bigger problem on your hands. So, are you putting enough money away for your kids' college? If you aren't, you don't have extra money yet. Finally, question number 7. Are you content with the amount of money that you're generating from your income and your investments? Now, this is a big one, and it's a little bit difficult to answer sometimes, but the real point here is you've got to ask yourself, you think you have extra money. Are you actually generating enough income that you're content with that? Are you putting enough away into your retirement? Do you feel like 15 to 20% is enough, for example? Should you be putting in 30%? The point here is, if you're not happy with the income that you're generating, you need to be investing your extra money. And so that's where I would say you need to be content with the money that you're actually generating. If you're not, you don't have extra money. So here we are. If you answered yes to all of those questions, it does seem like you have some extra money. That's pretty cool. So if you have extra money and you don't know what to do with it, you're racking your brain, the stuff is building up and you just don't know what to do with it and you feel bad about that. Well, let's talk about how to make a spending plan. So what is a spending plan? See, I think a lot of people would actually say that a spending plan is just a budget. And it kind of is, but in my mind it's a little bit different. It's almost like a reverse budget. For me, a budget is more about tracking your expenses so that you can understand where you need to cut back. A spending plan, on the other hand, is more about understanding how much extra money you have and figuring out what you're going to do with it, figuring out where you're going to spend it. So, much like a budget, all you need to do is write down where you want to spend your money. Where do you want it to all go? So, I know that sometimes writing down where you want your money to be spent is a little bit easier said than done. So, I want to take you through 3 ideas just to get you in the right mindset so that you can hopefully understand yourself a little bit better and make it a little bit easier to decide where you want to spend your money. So, first, you need to identify what makes you happy. And keep in mind, this doesn't actually have to be money related. Money doesn't buy happiness. I mean, it can help, it can make you more comfortable, but when it comes to true happiness, it is not going to solve your problem. So you've got to figure out what actually makes you happy. Maybe that's actionable charity work, where you actually go and work with your hands and work with people and help people in real life, and it has nothing to do with money, it has everything to do with time. Maybe it has to do with giving money to charity. Maybe that's what makes you happy. The point is, you need to be able to write down what kinds of things make you happy. And at this point, I'm really talking about some of the more basic things. If money truly does make you happy, maybe you're one of those people, maybe going out and buying cars is what makes you happy, write that down somewhere, cars. Maybe what actually makes you happy is spending time with your kids or spending time with your parents. The point is, write down the things that make you happy. Look in your past and think about all the times and places that you've been, and think about all the things that you've walked away from and felt good. Okay, maybe it's travel. Whatever it is, write it down. It'll help you get in the right mindset. Second thing, lean on your goals and desires for inspiration to help you figure out what you want to do with your extra money. Because at some level, money is no object for you. It's all about time. It depends on how long you're willing to save for something. So write down those goals. Maybe you want a new house, a new car, you want to spend money on your hobbies, spend money on your kids or family, donate money to a charity that you believe in. And personally, I've always wanted to be the benefactor of some kind of scholarship. The point is, write those goals down. They'll help you get in the right mindset. Third thing, now that you've got your list of things that make you happy and your list of goals and desires, it's time to take a few minutes and draw some lines between them and figure out which ones match up. This will be your first pass list at things that you probably want to spend your extra money on. And that'll really get you down on the path. And at this point, it really just comes down to action. You're going to write down what you will spend your money on, because these are the things that make you happy and they are aligned with your goals and desires. So write down what you will spend your money on, plan it out just like you do a budget, go forth and do good things in the world. If you made it this far in the video and found some sort of value in it, whether it be entertainment or education, be sure and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Smashing that like button lets YouTube know that you enjoyed this content, and they use that data to help decide if they should push this video to more people. So it really does help this channel grow. Also, I post new videos about wealth building, money management, and personal finance every week, so be sure to subscribe down below for more content if you haven't already. But listen, this video is really just the beginning. If you're at a point in your life where you've got this problem of not knowing where to spend your money, it's a sign that you haven't really thought about your financial goals in a while. So do this. Check out the video on the screen right now, because in that video, I walk through a method of creating smart financial goals using the SMART methodology, which can really help you clarify the path that you're on and ultimately help you grow your wealth even further. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.